Map 1 was pretty tame for the Japalenos, but perhaps it can get warmer on Inferno.
It wasn't spicy. It was it was a mild jalapeno, all right?
Marvelous stuff, Robin. Thank you for
Thank
the
you so much.
assist.
That's what I'm
Thank you
here
for the
for.
assist. All right, so again, it's pretty new to us, Japalenos. Actually, I'm going to have a quick look and see who their previous opponents are. Like what kind of level they're playing at on average.
Well, if you said that they beat Spirit 2-0, that's actually pretty impressive. Because even though Spirit is, whatever, they can play Counter-Strike.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they've got more experience versus stronger teams, which means a hell of a lot, especially... Go on.
Both of the maps you said there are the last 2 maps here, right? Was it Inferno Overpass they beat Spirit on 2-0?
I believe so. I think there was 16-13 both maps, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a blowout.
But at least we know then that they can at least play these maps.
They know where they're at on the
yeah.
Overpass,
We're expecting a better T side at least on the last 2 maps if it goes to third.
Yeah, they beat AGO, the Polish team, 2-1 recently in a best of 3, and they've played Spirit twice. So,
but we do also know they at least have one new player.
Yeah.
Freddy B. I think he's brand new. He came from Ancient, right? I'm not sure who their last fifth was before that.
Yeah, it's interesting because if you look at their team page on HLTV, it has 2 question marks.
So Pleasant and Freddy B are the 2. So they have 2 new players then. So
yeah.
Freddy B and Pleasant.
Okay, so in the short term, you would imagine that they're going to struggle with 2.
Yeah.
Because two new players may mean more than 2 new roles.
Absolutely,
depending on where you play per map and so on, and that can be a pain, which people don't really.
And then it makes somewhat sense then that their T side on Mirage was actually really lackluster.
Yeah.
Because I do believe also that Freddy B is a caller. I'm not sure if he's in game leader in this team or not, but definitely then a lot of changes happening in this team. For Heroic, Heroic, even when the Freiburg was playing, even before that news, I actually think that they were on the up and up. I actually think that Heroic has been performing better and better.
Yeah.
And they could actually make it out of groups in these Tier 1 tournaments. And maybe that doesn't mean a lot for some, but like these Tier 1 tournaments now are stacked.
Yeah.
And even have the potential to even upset going out of groups, so like go through in quarter. I mean, it's impressive. And then coming into these online leagues and stuff like that, they are actually one of the teams that do tend to qualify for these offline events. So it's definitely a team to look out for in the future for sure.
Yeah, and talking about how stacked things are, when you look at a team like Gambit Youngsters, for example, like a very young team playing like 2 days a week. They're playing 2 days a week, man, and they're smashing people. They don't have the depth just yet, but they have the awareness and so on. So it's like the learning to get to a certain point, that curve just gets shorter and shorter, It's just the wealth of knowledge out there, the demos and so on.
It feels like when you're a veteran player, like you spend years figuring everything out yourself. Like back in the old days, getting demos of your opponents before a tournament was like so hard. They would like hide. They would have aliases. Like you couldn't like get data. It was impossible. Yeah. But now we're in this age where not only do you have like all the data all the time, you have all these people studying it, looking at it, and just everyone talking about it.
Yeah.
And the cross pollination of them playing against all these top teams and these different competitions, because there's so many competitions and like mixing players and stuff. It's just like there's so much more to work with, and everything's established already. Like all the basics are already established. You don't have to spend loads of time getting bad habits or like trying to figure it out. It's just the answers are there.
Yeah, all the info on YouTube, the breakdowns, all the apps and the passing of information and just crazy stuff, highlight packages, everything. You don't even need to watch full matches now these days. Like on YouTube, people are just generating like highlights of matches and so on. You might not see the deeper stuff, but
wasn't there a guy on Reddit a few days ago that had made this program in which you yourself, just as a regular person, let's say Dan is playing, or you're playing matchmaking, you're like, oh, I want to see like how I did, whatever. He made a program in which you just load demo it and analyzes, and then it compares you to the rank you're in to see how good you are and what you need to work on. So let's say you're a great team player, but your aim is bad. Like this graph would then show you. It's a guy on Reddit. Maybe the chat knows. It's actually, I read it. It looked really cool, and he actually got really good feedback. It's really cool feedback.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and a few days ago on Reddit, I haven't looked at it myself, but just the graph and how we're explaining it, and for the people, it's great.
I was too busy dominating Reddit with my boy Edward Snowden.
That's true. That's true.
And Anders thought I was done for. He thought I was going to end up in an American prison, but I mean, they let me in. Who knows if they'll let me out? No, that will have
You're
to
probably
find
on
out
someone's
later.
list by now.
I got to be on a list, yeah.
It's alright. Did you get crossed when you went in? When you go through the machine, did you get the?
No. I was good, man.
Oh, dude, so you're fine.
I didn't even get the 4 S's on my boarding pass.
Yeah, you don't even get flight or anything. Yeah, you're good. Maybe it takes them a while. You know?
Yeah, they're catching up.
Information.
I'm moving up
travels
the
fast.
tier list of potential threats. I don't know. I wonder what they think of Snowden these days.
Probably not.
His memoirs
not
come out.
great.
His memoirs come out tomorrow, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did know that you want to plug it a few
He
times.
sent me DMs and was like, "Here's a like synopsis of the book. There's talk about video games in there."
Did he really send you a DM?
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty sick.
You want to see? I'll show you.
I want to see it.
You want to see?
Can we not just get him to like dial in here or something? I mean, I obviously couldn't attend the event in
Do you
Moscow.
know what?
But
I
maybe we can
think
just dial
that if he wasn't stuck doing loads of interviews for his book, I think there's a chance that he might have come down. You know, maybe
I
not
mean,
for an
quite
actual
possibly.
TriCast, but I think I could have. Doggy's going off. I think I could have twisted his arm, but yeah, look, there's the Snowden DMs.
This is insane.
Right, it's a proper
I really-
conversation.
yeah. I
Yeah.
only
Look
have
at
a
this
not even a
conversation.
final copy. That's
got-
insane. Yeah.
We've got the pinnacle odds here. 2.75 for the
Oh, is this a
Papalenos.
built-in battery?
Charger
I
thing, yeah.
I just love the disparity in digits. This is like that has like four decimal places, and that was the 2 decimal places. All right, fair enough. Well, into pistol we go, and we'll have to see if Papalenos can make anything work here. They'll be on that CT side. I honestly have no idea how to project. Okay, Relaxer will be sent back. Stavin will maybe send back one more. Freddie B has to get out of there. So Heroic have gained control of apartments without really losing anything here.
That's a pretty interesting pistol here from Hapolino. 2 sets of nades, but number 1 there, DJL, is on B-bomb side with the smoke and a nade. Just going to try and hold him back as much as possible if they do end up going B. But then you have 2 flashbangs on Freddy Frog in the middle there. If they do end up going there, you're probably going to see an explosion, but it is looking more likely that it's going to be that B execute. Snappy with 1 smoke and 2 flashbangs. Shouldn't really be too much of an issue for them to actually get the bomb site. It is more of a gamble towards A here. But now, this is when the rotation should really start hitting. Yep.
There we go.
Will it get there fast enough? Actually, Freddy's got the flashbangs. So if he pulls a flash out, which he has one selected, again, it's so strong if you have that guy by the well position. Plesson's coming in from the back looking for the booty.
Now they know, they just checked the apartments. It's going to say, oh my god, Plesson, he's hit another one. That was really problematic here for Heroic to shoot their way out of this one. Blamer will open up the back, but there's still Freddie B there. Freddie B, he's got to get something, but he does not. And that allows a rotation back to the A-bomb site. But still, with Borup, I was going to say, at top banana, they can go back to B, and they're going to hear the rotation. Borup, oh, that was close. But he's made his way across, and that's what's important. Another bomb can go down towards B, and the rotation is just terrible now for Apollina's. DGL has to do everything. He's going to keep himself alive. And there's a chance.
Yep, Heroic didn't come off the bomb plant. They were brave enough to hold it, and they will take construction as well. Apollino's still unsure. It's such a late rotation. Relaxer still coming in from the A-bomb site. Maybe wondering if a lurker had been left in situ. Didn't have the full information. Only saw the 1 player there. Stavin, no one checking his 6. Poor positioning, perhaps. Blamev trying to hold things down. There is a kit on Freddy, and there will be a last headshot for Hapolenos as well. So maybe looking at the strength of the teams in the previous map, the way that pistol round went, you almost felt like it should go that way with teams the other way around, the flank from Hapolenos. They did a good job there.
Yeah, there was when they started to investigate from top mid, it could have been a balcony burst play, because the last thing that they understood was that apartments was lost, which was good by Heroic, because there was that question in their mind. But they did also push that eventually as well. And Heroic just didn't act quickly enough. They created there was a timing window, and they just didn't act quickly enough. You got to hit your timings. It's like StarCraft, if you guys are familiar with that, timing attacks. So you have a window where you have an advantage on the rotations.
Well, it's a good start here then, at least. Hapolino. We are expecting a little bit more from them this map, so.
Their statistics are full of promise. Plesson flash off the position. Nice counter flash from him, should a push come through. So again, this is almost, I almost want to say it's standard. A second round Krieg on the T side after losing the pistol. The impact of it, the fire rate, the armor penetration, it's nasty.
Yeah, they got the bomb down too. So it's definitely going to be a scary prospect if Blamev can get himself into position. There it is, and he'll take down DGL. Plesson actually is going to have to fall back. There's 2 players on B, and the smoke will make things a bit more difficult, but they can pick up the gun, and they can wait out that smoke. And they should know as well that Hapolenos are not going to have much utility, because they invested some towards Banana already, and it's one of those rounds where you might not necessarily have everything if you've opted for rifles, which they have. So Apollino's stacking towards this B-bomb site. That could be a problem.
But they're at least doing something on the map, right? You see here, even if it's a little bit late, the fact that he pushes down Banana so they can actually rotate back is something
Beautiful.
we didn't even see on Mirage, right? So, and on top of that, they actually look at the timing. They hit the timing again here.
Is this going to work out though? Oh, the Krieg can't reach. Behemoth will take down Relaxer. And Pleasant, doesn't know anything about, Behemoth doesn't know anything about this flank. Well, does a bit of extra damage. They've done good damage, you know. 3 kills, they got rid of almost all the utility. And now oh my god, look how susceptible Apollino's will be to the buy of Heroic now. They're going to be in a lot of trouble. They're going to have to play aggressively on Banana. They've got to take something away straight up.
Yep, 2 MP7 buys. MP9 rather.
I like the color coordination. Sometimes contrast is good though. I think the yellow, I think these yellows, we need some contrast. A nice red would be glorious. Enough about that. We've got a Molotov party on the Banana position, and Pleasant will do his best Sanji impression of the MP9. I can pick up a rifle later on if he's able to survive. DJL taken out. I suspect didn't even realize he fragged somebody, but here we are. Oh, he's getting close, but he'll be punished. The Tracers, too much.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that. And Heroic, they still have a really good position, given that they have top mids. The problem is that, like, you know, like if you're the CTs, what you're doing in this position. If you're Heroic, you should be thinking, okay, they're gonna have someone doing exactly this, like just jump spotting. You want to have 3 players towards the A bomb site. You can play retake on B. That's not a bad shot from Stavin, and now there's suddenly problems. Freddy B comes out to try to defend this one, although Stavin will take him down. The trade is there from Freddy Frog. He's done a good job towards Pit, but he's alone right now. Blameoff has to take him down before the rotation comes in, before there's assistance. He's so close, but he can't quite get it in time. Now he's going to turn his attention to Library, but it's too late, and Apollino's will take their 3rd round.
Great aggressive play from Apollino's there. We did say they're going to be low on money. We're expecting them to do something, and we saw DJL and Pleasant push down Banana, get that entry, even if it's a little bit of a fight. Just the fact that they have Banana control there, kind of forcing Heroic to go towards that A bomb site. But it's a nice little start here. The first weapon round as well going in the hands of Apollino. So 3-0. Just 2 flashes now on Heroic.
HE's down the mid position. Smokes up on Banana. An easy, uncontested take from Apollino's. Of course, Heroic on pistols. Only so much they can do. S-Tac has flashes. Does this mean we will be going into an eventual balcony burst, for example? He could use one, though, to have an initial push on Banana. As you can see, it is being lined up at present. Go over the roof once the smoke has gone.
It's actually perfect because Apollino's have tried to stack 4 towards A, which is, in a round like this, it's not necessary, obviously, because, you know, you're up against pistols and they have no utility options mostly. So it would have been really cool to see Heroic burst B, but you're going to go up to top mid where there is the 2-man setup. Pleasant's ready for this. I'm not sure if the flash... Let's see where the flash goes. Perfect.
There's a crossfire. The smoke goes down to the Molotov. DJL, poor positioning. That'll be very costly indeed. Stavin with 2. That's 2 rifles to be collected, or maybe an SMG actually, and a Krieg. Big problems now for Apollino. They still have 2 players on this site, but they've got to get more frags. 1 is just not enough.
Oh my god!
Absolute deletion. Stavin with 4, and Relaxer has nothing to do.
What a round.
Stavin's just savaged everybody. That is ridiculous. And I love how we're on the perspective of the CT every time, and all we hear is dink, dink, dink every time. 1 straight to the dome. Stavin, what a crazy round. I wonder if we'll catch his POV on those.
A little bit weird positioning there from DJL there in the corner.
It's
you had a
mad.
prime position, but you strafe back a little too much, and you see half your body, and then you start getting shot, and then it's too late. Because that was the position you're basically banking on at least getting 1 frag, you know?
If you freeze frame the minimap where they're about to push top mid and you see 4 CTs, or with rifle they have nothing, I wonder what the percentage is if you run that. How?
And you get the entry there too, yeah. Oh, here we go. Ooh, nice shot.
Pretty good work there from Stavin. Man, the brutality. I love the design aesthetically, like sounds and all of the Krieg in the game because it's just so satisfying to wreck people with it. They just melt.
So basic.
Yeah.
They just melt. But speaking of melting, Relaxa needs to melt these heroic players. One of the 2 rifles in this round for Haapaleno is now, from his perspective, you'll probably expect Heroic to expect the aggression, but you still need to find a way to activate it and get these man advantages. It's a good start with the HE grenade. Blameth runs at it. There's the pop flash, but there's no one to go behind it. Will force Heroic away somewhat, but Borup still has the angle. There is another flash for Freddy, but he's on the A-bomb side, so no more aggressions in that respect. We still look for an opening or an attempt from Relaxa or Plessen. A flash went in towards B. You could see 3 players flashed there on Haapalenos, but there was no response. They didn't fire any weapons, so if Heroic were trying to get some info, they didn't.
It's pretty devastating if you look at what Haapalenos are trying to fight with for this round, considering that they lost against Pistols in the previous rounds. Like shot on Borup, he's managed to keep himself alive. Oh my. Borup is in with a vengeance, takes down Relaxa, and now there's problems on this A-bomb site because Heroic are splitting it. And Freddy B coming in from the library, they had no idea about that. Stuck by Moto now. Freddy Frog, sorry, in the distraction could have a couple kills. One, is there the second to be had? No. Just 2 players left though for Heroic. Now they're in hot water. They need to get the bomb down. Then Snappy would have been really strong, but he might have to come out of this position. There's so many CTs, he can't do too much. Now Esatag should be careful not to give away this AWP. Maybe he should just go to Banana and throw it away.
I think he should just save it.
Well, the CT... Oh, okay, it's time to save it. Cool.
Yeah, there's not much time on the clock, so he can try to use this in the next round to come. Plenty of hidey holes for him.
Oh, they can force up as well. A lovely little buy.
Haapalenos with a good start.
Yeah, they're definitely, yeah. No, for sure, even rotations-wise, they're getting some kills now on the board. Plessen here, we see through the smoke. Super important kill here. I think gets a second after that, but yeah, much better so far. They are extremely low money. Heroic has been battling this little money reset of theirs for a while. But we'll see if this is the round.
Is this the round?
Heroic start. Molotov towards the car.
Haapaleno's been doing this really well as well. They really like to fight Banana here, really taking control. Just as I say that, Borup ends up getting the kill on Plessen.
Yeah, they've been shot through the smoke a few times, and I mean, that's part and parcel of trying to make your way down Banana. I'd say there are 3 channels to aim at. If the CT's in one of them, you're going to land some bullets. Might not get a kill, but they've been pretty successful in that respect. But still, the conversions have been an issue for Heroic. 1 to 4 at present. Things quiet down, calm down.
It's a good timing for the HE actually, because you're expecting the top mid take to come in, and Heroic haven't got Banana, so they have to be going to top mid at this point. Now they've got porch control as well. Okay, Savin knows there's one in the pit position. There's one in the balcony as well. He is pushing all the way here. He might actually get a drop on one of them. We'll have to see. He edges his way closer and closer. There's the head. That's a beautiful frag to get, isn't it? That should unlock the player from balcony, but the smoke is up there, so you need perhaps another smoke to activate Mr. Snappy in that position. Freddy B's going forward here. He wants more information. Esatag, a little bit beyond the angle there. Freddy B! Oh. My goodness! TGL actually helps out for one from Arch side, but that looked pretty incredible. Snappy looking to get his first kill on the board, but he'll be denied. Freddy B gets it all done. Quarter kill for him. And 5 rounds for Jalapeno. Haapaleno.
Now who's saying Jalapeno?
Yeah, look at that. I think if you're Heroic here, I mean, we do see another, like, maybe small buy. I would like to see maybe just a sheer execute here, because these defaults into walking into these crosshairs doesn't seem to be working all too much, but you are getting map control. Haapaleno is giving you that, so maybe more so of...
Right, that's the next logical step of how to use it.
I'm hoping so, at least, because we haven't really seen them getting that much pressure yet. This the B run again. Done a good job holding this so far, so I'm not expecting them to lose this round.
Well, Esatag, you can see him pursuing, eating flashbangs. He's carrying the bomb. The UMP to lead. He's got the elevation. Trying to find something, but the deletions will continue. Lopsided affair so far on Inferno. Heroic need to show something. Snappy 018. Sorry, 016 at the moment. No kills for him. Snappy and S-Tag have a combined 1 kill after 7 rounds of Inferno. That is very strange.
And S-Tag was the one that was top rank, I think, for Heroic last map.
Yeah, what is going on there? That's really weird.
But again, here we'll see. We do have that op again. Again, I'm hoping we'll see a little bit more of a default into a proper execute, rather than just default into default.
Default into getting wrecked.
Yeah. Well, you do have some mollies and stuff, so see what the plan is here. Again, here we see Happaleno taking that B control. I do like that. Heroic hasn't really had an answer for it yet, so why not keep doing it? Forcing them over to the A-bomb site.
There we go. Got to be expecting there to be an AWP here. Relaxer picks up 1. He hasn't moved though, and there's a resmoke. Be careful about walking to that spray. Good nade.
Nice.
Yeah, Heroic need to find better ways to go for that banana control. Punish Happaleno. It should be doable to take it away. And Pleasant, is he going to push this smoke? Oh my goodness, of course he is.
It's great, yeah, awesome.
And that's S-Tag down. Heroic can't get anything going. And Freddy B defends Porch as well. Oh wow, it's just all perfect for Happalenos so far. Heroic bleeding out. Need to get some kills.
Is still looking for his first frag in this game.
They just haven't been putting themselves in a position to do anything. Like, we're not seeing post plants, we're not seeing them, as Ron was saying, we're not really seeing them getting onto a bomb site. It's happened too few and far between. They're just kind of like dying as they progress outside of the default. They're losing banana all the time. And that's another issue as well. And Snappy's going to get taken down as well. One thing that they could try to do is okay, if you're not comfortable challenging banana at the beginning of the rounds, just go fast into a top mid take. Do a top mid take fast first, then you can come back and go for a banana take afterwards. But if the CT is over invest, or they use 3 to try to take bananas early on, top mid is easy to take, and you also create an argument that Happalenos would have to rotate players out of banana as well to help defend the pressure towards A. So you just switch up the way that you order the default.
If I'm Happaleno here, I push on mid.
Yeah.
I play an aggressive round. I don't even buy it. Obviously, I already bought all the utility again, but I wouldn't even buy it. They have the money to buy next round anyway. It's going to be a low 4 spot here from Heroic. Them obviously taking the timeout as well. It will be interesting to see what they talked about. I am hoping, you know, a little bit of a change here. Maybe underestimating Happaleno here a little bit.
Yeah. Much better on Inferno. Much better.
They stick with the going aggressive B. They have 3 towards B again here.
And can see them start to move into apartments. I do wonder if Borup's going to pop a flash, maybe move up mid for a balcony push. Slowly creeping. This is the position, basically, that he dropped the flashbang from. So I think it's going to be a balcony burst, but it'll be a slow one, a slow approach.
The problem is they've given Happalenos too much time to figure out that there's nothing happening on banana, and they even heard the pop flash play from mid, I believe. And here comes the push into the 4-man setup, and they don't really have the utility to do much about this. Nice headshots, but again, too strong in the positions. And again, it's one of those spots where you kind of play an anti-timing. You create the timing. You've got Borup. He threw the molly to car. That's great. The issue, though, is that unless you throw the smoke as well, you're only buying yourself a very limited amount of time. Then what they could hear from middle was a flashbang, one flashbang, top banana. That's something that you can hear. That only means one thing. It means that the CTs are pushing that position, which means that they have the information of exactly what you're doing. So I felt like Heroic were playing that one a bit too slow. I mean, they should just
fighting here now.
Okay, let's see if they can get it. Good shot from Relaxer. Fade away HE to make things a bit more difficult. Nade damage looking really good for Happaleno.
Look at a confident rotation from Haapeleno.
That was an insta-rotate, yeah.
And it looks like DJL will change positions. I'm not sure why. I was thinking for a smoke,
he gets all the utility, yeah.
But they all have smokes.
He has an aid.
Okay.
Knowing that Stavus might be low there.
This is quite the rotation.
Okay. Could have been worse. But this is at least Haapeleno being put in position they haven't been at before. They haven't not had banana control before, but we do see still the answer is let's put 3 banana instead. They want to flash one out. Number 1, DJL is about to go out here. Ooh. The timing.
That is a flash we don't normally see, but a pretty solid one. Never saw that one coming. Pleasant trying to hold a position. Smokes are up for now. The bomb's on the floor, which will be heard. He had to get that frag. He didn't. Not familiar with the spray like the other rifles, maybe. Relaxer tried to create some space, and with that focus, S-Tag will get taken out by Freddy B. Through the smoke goes another one. And it's 9-1 for Haapeleno. It's not what we were expecting after the first map, really.
I would like to see Heroic play a fast mid-round just because they've been part of the reason they've been struggling on banana so heavily is one, Haapeleno's have a really good routine there, but 2, Haapeleno's are putting 3 players on banana at the beginning of the round, and what you're supposed to do if a team is investing like that, you're supposed to punish it at some point so that they can't do it as liberally, and that main punish is with the fast mid rounds. However, this is going to be another pistol round for Heroic, and we see a more normal setup from Haapeleno. 3 towards top mids, focusing on the porch side. There's the smoke. Flashbang over the top. Freddy B protected from the flashbang, but not from the numbers. Freddy Frog in that pit position. Should be good for some kills here. Stavin goes down first. Oh dear, it's not looking good, is it? For Heroic, they can't get past this choke point. Good stuff from Freddy Frog, doing what the pit player is supposed to, and that is absolutely ravage the players coming out of the porch position. Proper 6 HP. Will it be the ace for Freddy Frog? No, it won't.
The struggle is real. 10-1 for Haapeleno's. Anything you can do, we can also do if we get our map pick. Apparently, is the message from Haapeleno. Just how it just doesn't feel like the strongest challenge is being had right now from Heroic on the T side.
Yeah, it's one of those things where even if you pick the wrong thing to do, if you execute it well enough, it can still be dangerous if you have good individual skill behind it. But they're struggling to really do anything, get anything going.
Snappy and S-Tag have a combined 2 kills in 11 rounds.
Yeah.
They're like the worst kind of Power Ranger.
Have we seen a single execute, technically? Not really,
no,
right?
No.
And again here...
That's not going to get any better, are they, right now?
And they've lost banana every single time they've tried to challenge for it. They've effectively lost it. And it's only Haapeleno's giving it to them, in which is the point in which they get it.
But what a difference here. Compare the 2 maps here.
That's better for Heroic. But the AWP as well is there. To deal with this as a quick flash. Relax has to fall back. Rotation's already in though. DGL's ready.
Looks like they want to push through this. But indeed, the rotation is here. There's a flashbang. The bomb's been dropped. There's a minute on the clock, but there's a man advantage for the CT. Space being created. Relax has got to be careful. Moving into the dark spot. There's a flank on the way as well. You are surrounded. The helicopters are up. The lights are out. And Heroic are making their final stand for this round on the B-bomb site. Stavin walking through the smoke. This is a really weird round. What an angle from Relaxer. That is just bizarre. 4 versus 2. We've got Blamev trying to throw a Molotov, but I think they need a lot more than that. Off angles, bottom banana. That's really smart. Limiting the rotation, even though the bomb's down at the front of the site. Just going from bad to worse. Tags, but no frags. Blamev now with 9 HP versus 4. Freddy moves into the spray. Jump peek, but 20 seconds. The damage may be inconsequential. He's still alive, though. 14 seconds. He will go for it. He will force their hand, it seems. 9 HP. Looking for the last 2 players, and somehow it's a 1 versus 1. Trying to plant the bomb, and that might be where this ends, because DJL will peak closer towards the end than it should have been. But still, it's 11-1 for Haapeleno's, and they've got money to spend. Freddy Frog, 16k.
Yeah. Yeah, now it's all a matter of Heroic just needs to basically win 3 in a row with full buys from Haapeleno, and looking how this half has turned out so far, I don't think that's going to happen, but I also feel like they really haven't taken a little thinker yet. I feel like there's a lot of things they can still be doing here on that T side.
And they may not get a chance to do it because the push
this.
comes in, and this will just disrupt everything that they have planned. Of course, it does rely on them actually getting the kills. And Freddy Frog, oh my goodness, how does he get 2 there? It did not look like he was prepared for that, but he still gets the damage that he needed. And wow, okay, Relaxer takes down Stavin. So all comes down to BlameF once again. BlameF has looked pretty good, but his teammates have been struggling. There's always been these positions which are unwinnable that he's fighting from. So at that point, the efforts. Oh, wow, he gets the sound cue of the scope, knows where the CT is. BlameF just doing the Iron Man right now.
Not collecting the bomb, though. It's just around the corner. In the apartments. Oh, the angle. Oh my god, that is quite the headshot. 9 HP. But still, that bomb needs to be retrieved. Not seen on the radar by Japelenos, so perhaps the bomb is still in play then, isn't it?
Yeah, he just got the call too. Because he was about to rotate over to B, but then...
Now Pleasant takes his angle. He's got his pistol out though. He's hiding behind double stack. And with 30 seconds, BlameF is going to do the race car towards B, it seems, unless he's just going wide. He's still walking though, so this is taking quite an amount of time. A smoke grenade in mid should tell the story. Oh, he's faking it. A Pleasant holding his ground with the pistol out. He's a non-believer. Or is he? Starting to rotate, but surely he's got the sound cues now. Back to double stack where he's been this entire time with the Deagle walking around, and one shot will be enough.
BlameF kind of outplayed himself there to an extent. I don't think the smoke was heard.
The smokes were always heard.
I think the smoke was heard, but for all Pleasant knows, that's a smoke towards Arch for him to go up mid.
Right.
So it's a little bit, yeah, I mean, honestly, in those situations, you really don't know where this guy is at 50-50. I think that if you do think about it a little bit there, that, you know, with the call of you not picking up bomb, I think actually Pleasant would have rotated if he had picked up bomb initially, but this is like Sonic's level stuff where it's just like, now you're banking on a bomb that might be down somewhere, so. Oh, another fight towards Banana.
Oh my god. Fireworks on Banana.
There's been so little bomb plants, which is very strange for an Inferno.
This is such a weird scoreline for Inferno to me.
It's
really weird.
Yeah. Gets the connection there on BlameF.
Double AWP hold on the B bomb site, and now they've got the bomb in the first frag. Smoke is up. They can just about see the bomb. Continue to rattle off shots. Now that will force the hand of Japelenos, of Heroic, excuse me. Freddy keeping an eye on things at the top of mid, but want to be careful about his duels versus these Deagles. They've managed to rescue the bomb, so I guess the smoke was too shallow in that respect.
Either way, there's nowhere really for Heroic to go. They've got one smoke, so the option is basically just B, because they don't have anyone towards top mids. And so they have to make a decision between CT and between Coffins, and it will likely be CT. Oh, okay, Pleasant with a whiff there. Maybe there's a chance after all. They need to get a stunning shot or two to make it work. We saw it from Stavin before, but you see it again. Pleasant will finally connect onto BlameF again, actually, and oh dear. Okay, Borup, he can pick up an AWP now. That'll make things a bit interesting, but they need to get the bomb planted. They don't have any cover to do so, so I wouldn't imagine that they're going to be able to find a way to do this. The CTs, actually, are they going to move through? Yeah, okay, there it is. Flashbang comes out. I was wondering about the flash. AWP is not going to be able to do much. It'll be neutralized, and the bomb can be defused. But it's bomb plant, at least. They haven't had many of those.
Definitely not, but not like it's going to help them at this point. They need rounds.
Yeah, they haven't been able to consistently really even take position. So I don't know how far the bonus money will take them.
I mean, this is exactly looking like Japeleno on T side on the Mirage. Like, very much don't really know what they're doing, you know, doing these like weird defaults into not even executes, not really finding an answer to that B aggressive play that Japeleno is doing every single round. Again, double nade here. Doesn't do much, thankfully.
Nice boost here to look over towards Logs. It appears like you're giving her a bit of space, and then you punish them with that boost.
That's also something they've done really well on that B aggressiveness, is that they've swapped positions every single time.
Yeah.
It's not just straight into the car every single round, try and go for a pick.
Yeah,
boosts.
It looks like they've looked at a lot of demos, and they've really, because it does look really drilled, the different approaches that they have towards Banana, and that's where the game has been won for them, because they're shutting Heroic down there so much, and Heroic never really seemed to have an answer and no protocols for that, for what to do against that. Instead, it just looks like they never had a game plan after that point.
Okay, one through the smoke. Trace is punished, but as a second player, oh no, not in apps, but second mid, they start to creep towards the B bomb site. It was empty for a while. Pleasant was on the speedway, but he's made his way back to the B bomb site. He won't have any help anytime soon. DJL is the only man with a flash, and he is just starting now to make his way over. So there's a chance he could get there in time if Pleasant fires a shot and then the flash comes in. Heroic are all here at Banana. 25 seconds on the clock, and Haslingers will start to move on A. There's the frag. Flash comes in to slow down the advance. He's on fire though, doesn't realize it. Now he's dead.
They may not expect DJL to be there. We'll have to see if they understood where he died from. Looks like they're still going to check for it. So DJL, oh, he's actually going to get one. That's not bad actually at all. Freddy Frog doing damage from the back as well. This Blamer tries to get the bomb down. Now he's committed. Just don't peek, just don't peek. And you've won the round, and indeed, 14-1. What the hell is this?
S-Tag finishes the half with one frag.
Damn.
What
Hey,
a
he
bizarre...
does get the MVP star though, so he's doing something right.
He gets one frag and one MVP star. Find out if he can get two after the break. It's actually me playing the piano in the break.
No, it's
doing
not. Don't, James. Come on, man. You've already told the stream before that you called your piano teacher a bad name and then never had piano lessons ever again.
That's true. I can play a few songs though, like
what, Ferro Jacka?
maybe 2 songs actually.
Ferro Jacka.
Not Ferro Jacka, no.
Donnez-vous.
I don't know the names of the songs I can play. I can play the Rugrats theme. Play that one. Flauren's giving me medicine. Very nice of him. Electrolytes.
Looks milky.
I don't think there's milk in there.
It's just lime.
Okay,
Salty lime.
Hapelenos. 14-1. Even the better score than Heroic did to them in the first half of last game. Borup, as his last name is, has a look down mid-season, I think. We have a burst. Heroic waiting. Hapelenos focus. This is a big opportunity for them. Win this pistol, almost win the game.
Yes, so this is a great way to do it. It's like kind of like an anti-eco strat where you all go up arch. Also, you get some options if you get kills towards CT to hit that B bomb site as well. They're sneaking around. BlameF takes down one. Borup holding position here in pit. Found him, and he's struggling to get the kill here. The bomber goes down in the corner safely. That's really good. And they're going to set up the bomb site, and there's Relaxer to defend. Not looking bad. Stavin coming in though. He's going to spot the arse of Relaxer. Takes him down. They're all fighting with their backs against the wall. It's not ideal. Oh my goodness, the burst comes out. They've been wiped out. It's a massacre.
Super strange they didn't actually leave people in arch when they actually took it over instead of just piling onto the bomb site.
Sitting on the bomb site.
All 4 players on the bomb site.
Yeah, they were completely surrounded before they even got off arch.
It was a great approach, so just walking
mid.
up there and through the smoke is great.
Well, there it is. The pistol won by Heroic. They split the pistols, but can Hapelenos split the wig as they start to buy in round number 2 of the second half? Round number 17 in total. There's a lot for them still to do. They've got a lot of utility, and they've got a lot of moving accuracy with these MAC-10s. Not quite MP9s, but still good for the task at hand. 5 helmets are out for Heroic, so it won't be a simple job, but if they can close the distance, then who? Oh my god, maybe they won't even see anybody. Those grenades could have hardly done more damage. 3 players on an average 25 HP.
I'd love to hear the comms.
That's all
when
the
those
MAC-10s too, by the way.
grenades
Or
connect.
3 of them.
They're going to go for it, got to commit. And it is too easy to take these players down with all the damage that was already been done. Oh dear. It's all falling apart here. Hapelenos not in a good spot. And there it is. 4 players survive for Heroic. Good nades.
Good nades, but goodbye, Hapeleno.
Yeah, that kind of sealed the deal, didn't it?
Credit to
Whoosh.
double HEs. Really nice. Really nice from Heroic. That was devastating.
Good camera angles too. Gotta respect it. Okay, well, the Steagle's here for Hapelenos to do some damage. Keep that CT economy honest. The double HEs will connect slightly on Freddy Frog. And there is a shutdown. Perhaps Heroic will get 15 rounds in a row, James.
4 Desert Eagles. And a hope and a prayer. But Heroic have pop flashes. And those can be very helpful, very useful. Full control, my friend, I believe is the term. They've got Freddy B spamming Deagle towards the balcony through the wall, and Pleasant has been forcefully evacuated from the map.
Absolutely. Still looking for these Deagle shots, but it's just very difficult. Heroic are playing it well in terms of how they are limiting Hapelenos' ability to find these positions for frags. Because you can just see how incredibly awkward it is. That there's really not been a position that's been remotely usable in terms of finding a Deagle pick. Freddy B might be able to get something, but you can even see the off angle that's being held by BlameF. If he doesn't move, then there shouldn't really be a possible frag for Freddy B. But maybe he moves. Maybe not. Oh, he's actually got the angle. Great pre-aim there. Looking for that off angle. It's got the M4 now as well, but maybe the Deagle will be preferable because it's better at stuff like this. A quick peek. Out comes the M4 and out come the CTs, and there we go. 4 rounds now for Heroic. Do you believe, James? Do you believe in the 16-14?
It's a long way back. I feel like the CT side won't be anything like the T side for them. They should have more success. But the problem is they can only afford to make the one mistake. one fatal mistake as far as the round is concerned. So it's hard. We don't have enough information on Japelenos just yet. I think it is within the realm of possibility, but I think we'll find out in the next 3 to 5 rounds if Heroic have it in them to claim back something on this CT side. They start aggressive in mid, Blamev taking Relaxer out on the wide swing, and there's no answer from Japelenos just yet.
Essetag holding this angle. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Well, Essetag gets dinked, but Plessing gets fragged. So 3 players left for Japelenos. They're struggling to find ways to get much here. And I would actually say that you don't want to rotate the 4th player over the way in this kind of a situation. You've got a 5 versus 3. Don't leave anything exposed. Stavin wants to stay deep, so you got the support here from Snappy, and that's cool. So I'm glad they made that adjustment.
I agree. There's really no need to gamble here, even though you have a really good position down banana.
The bait from Snappy as well. Stavin, he's got the bomb.
Ooh.
It's quite a different look, isn't it, from Heroic so far?
That's a dirty burst. Snappy goes past the bomb. Looks like he's going to flank if needed, but Borop will finish off the job. A 5th round for Heroic, so there is some promise.
I'm calling it. They're going to win.
I mean,
Going
there is one thing to know. Japelenos T side on Mirage actually wasn't really good. So, and we didn't see them play CT side all too much. So yes, there is a case here that Heroic switches to CT side and Japelenos T side is not great. But like James was saying, there's really no mistakes to be made. Even if you decide to rush B 15 rounds in a row, like the odds are that you at least win 1 round. So we'll see here how they'll end up doing it. But I do like the approach here from Heroic. Playing aggressive in the beginning of the half just makes Japeleno second guess themselves a little bit more.
Love that. I think I saw that from Guardian with FaZe at first.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
Might not see that for too much longer.
Yeah.
Nice. There is a pop flash again from Heroic. Last time they saw nothing. This time they get everything. At least in the balcony position. The high ground is gone for Japeleno. They're only on pistols, but they have Kevlar. It's a half buy. It's the max loss bonus situation en route. So they'll try to do some damage, but nothing doing just yet. Relaxer is in a forward position, but has not yielded any results just yet. It's a long, drawn-out process. A 2nd player goes back towards the B bomb site, so things will be a little weaker at least.
Yeah, just by kind of just holding and cutting noise, they have forced that rotation to be. And oh dear, there's a few whiffs there from Borop. He's got to be really careful because they know he's there, but the bomb is in the pit, so there's that. Blamev, as long as he's on point, they'll be fine, but he goes down straight away. Borop only gets 1 more. Now down to Pleasant against 3. He's got the Deagle in hand, looking for that peak, but time is being bought by just occupying him as a distraction at Library, and now Pleasant's stuck in the corner of the site. So not too much for him to do here, and another round goes the way of Heroic. They don't lose too much, all things considered. And the comeback trail is again, it is a long one, but they've been looking fairly confident. But as you say, it just requires one thing to go wrong for Heroic, and then it's all over. And the challenge for them as well is much worse than it is for Japeleno, who they're just playing that first half. What you're doing, if you're Heroic, you're trying to win, and you know that if you make one mistake, it's over. So it's a very different mind state.
It's interesting when you have a lead like this, and if the CT is able to come back. It's always referred to as a choke, but maybe it's time to talk about it later. Japeleno's actually giving me part of the argument I was going to mention. And let's say you had like a 12-3 half or something, or a 10-5, and if the opposition comes back, I don't think it necessarily appreciates the strengths and weaknesses of teams and sides. And I think this is a good example here on Inferno. I mean, 14 is a hell of a lot, and I suppose if you went North style and just tried to bundle into a site, which I think Japeleno may have tried to do very quickly there, then maybe that 1 round is enough to break. But I think that it can be lopsided for one side, i.e. the CT side.
Blamev. Oh, he's going to spot 1 for free. And this is really interesting. I was liking the angles that he was taking quite a lot here. He's being active, not just sitting on the bomb site. And they don't know that there's not necessarily another player lurking around here. So time is being bought, but Blamev's not getting the sound cues. There's no rotation at all from the CTs. This is very peculiar because Blamev has heard them moving around. So why are they not rotating? It's very weird. They can't afford to lose any rounds.
Well, you only saw the one guy up mid, right?
Didn't he hear them running into the site?
They didn't run into the site.
They walked the whole
it was
way,
it was just the guy on porch that was running. Blamer. They know that he's around, hanging out, but Blamer gets the frag as well. Okay, now surely they should be good for this. Relaxer will rotate round to watch Porch, but of course already Borup is moving through towards Graveyard, so he could get a backstab, and there it is. The backstab is real. I have to say, very well played by Blamer in that position. Firstly, I like that he took a forward off angle towards top mid, and then also he moved towards Boiler, expecting the timing to work out, and it did work out for him in the end. So 7 rounds for Heroic. That was a sketchy situation, but another one in which they survived. But the issue is that Japalinos can just buy and buy and buy forever and ever.
Poor Borup. His spiderweb's on the wrong side of his knife. It's on the upside down side. Not too shabby though on that side. Heroic they've fought their way back to half the score of their opponent. We've seen one T round one so far.
Wow.
God damn.
Great job again.
Yeah.
Second time he does that. Gets a payout again.
It only needs to fail one time, but it hasn't failed yet.
It's actually amazing too, because that's a really hard shot, and you're not expecting that player will jump there immediately. So I think it's a cool adjustment that he makes, because it's easy to panic there if you don't expect, if you're not prepared mentally that a player can jump into that position, but he just adjusts really easily.
And now not only have you done it once, but twice. So now you don't have to do it anymore in this half now, because Japalino now will be expecting this every single round. And it's a nuisance, because in one of those positions when you want to take mid fast, like, he's probably going to be there, so...
Get the lurk. I think we're going to see the lurk smoke here, maybe from DGL. Is he going to go for lurk smoke? Yeah. So this is that bolt smoke. Lands on the wagon. Or just, did that fail actually? Is it supposed to drop down a little bit? I think it's supposed to drop down, isn't it? So you can have a...
slightly.
Yes. Yeah. So the lineup's not worked out there.
Freddy Frog has had the bomb on T-ramp this entire time, just waiting. Snappy with a strong off angle. And a Krieg.
And they're walking in.
Yeah, that's brutal. Not the bomb on the radar just yet, but still not DJL, but there's only 2 players remaining. He has no help, however, Stab is on the way, but with no grenades. He is going to be smoked off the position. There's plenty of personnel here for the retake, as long as they win the round. Nothing else matters too much. Going to take the 1v1, and then there was Freddy Frog.
Yeah, that's a huge... Oh, wow. Stavin gets the next one as well. That was pretty cool, because it's difficult, but, to take the engagement, to then go into cover, and then to re-peek immediately afterwards like he did, can be really effective sometimes, but it's risky. He did make it work. And it's another round for Heroic. They are playing pretty well on the CT side, much like Japalinos were playing well on their CT side, but in different ways. Like they're doing it. For example, Japalino is all based off of their banana play and their utility usage, and Heroic just individually have been shutting things down for Japalinos. And Japalinos aren't. We haven't seen a set piece from either team, I think, on the T side yet.
I at least feel like Japalino has been doing things a little bit more together. It's just that they haven't really gone to that point yet. Like even here, right? Like they do like to take the banana control, get people, proper defaults, and then try and execute. Something we didn't really see Heroic do on their T side. But like you're saying, Dan, like Heroic, I think, are doing a remarkable job here on their CT side, just really playing together and flashing for each other.
And there's a timing here. Japalino can't wait too long because Heroic have top middle, and they still have not seen anything. So at a certain point, you have to suspect that a set piece on B is coming. But it looks like Heroic haven't really clocked this just yet.
Grenades going into the B bomb site. It's man advantage for Heroic after the initial exchange. Snappy. That's a very long flashbang to pop, but they're still in position, these Ts. More support flashbangs coming in from CT spawn. Snappy buying some time, not fighting to the death. Molotovs, all kinds of things coming their way. Heroic move back, and it's another round in the bag. That gap is closing quickly.
It really is. It's kind of, wow, that went so perfectly, that defense. It's kind of unbelievable. This, for example, just 2 instant kills. The Krieg is so good at that, though, because it just, if people line up, the bullets do so much damage, so much armor pen. And yeah, Snappy played that really well, falling back, the first oranges and everything. It was beautiful. And Japalinos didn't get a bomb down, so they have to go for a half buy here. But these are the rounds, and these are the ones that you win sometimes.
Yeah, we stop caring a little bit. You run through a molly, maybe that you shouldn't have.
You can punish rotation so much because you move so fast with the pistols. So we'll just take that first kill, you're right. What if we only see one T round 1 in this entire map? I feel like it's been a while since I saw a game like that. Very long while.
Where one round is 1 on one side across both halves. I can't even think of when that may have happened. Well, we've seen some 15-0s. I suppose where there's been a round in the first half, and then not in the second. I don't know how many of those we've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be an interesting statistic. Happelina. The thing is, what's funny is when you're at the half buy status, the half buy between full buys, these rounds a lot can still be done. You could like break heroic on a round such as this.
Yeah, and they're gonna go for a balcony pop. So the thing is, it falls on blameF. If he just dies instantly, and then they get control of pit, and then they smoke Moto, they've got a bomb plant and a really strong setup. So blameF has to do a lot, and
they use their first flash.
And Snappy has to be able to find a way to help him on the site, like have a crossfire. Okay, now Snappy can come in because as Stavin is going to play the setup with Borup towards Cubby. So.
Ooh, Borup has 4 grenades. If he dropped the HE and apps or something, that would have been very, very interesting. They're just creeping. Oh, caught on the reload, but he's got help from Snappy on the site. The crossfire is pretty strong for Heroic. The bomb falls to the floor, and FreddyB awaits his fate. No frags in this round just yet, and there it is, face first into the ground. No mercy from Heroic. They make it to double figures. They've won every round this half, and they're just 4 rounds away now.
That round almost looked very dangerous at the point in which Snappy his attention was a setup that he had with Borup, who was on Cubby. And so blameF was effectively completely alone. If they would have moved in at that point, obviously they can never know. They probably have a good shot at that round, but just four more, and then they tie everything up. So this is starting to look very grim for Happelino. And I wonder also, did you just? Yeah, you did.
It's a long story.
One thing to note too, Stavin is almost dropping 30. Is attack still on 3.
Yeah, Savin's
It is
mad.
A carry performance.
That is.
That's actually insane. And here he goes again. Close with the M4. He's going to push through the smoke. The flashbang's perfect. Oh, he sees one as well. Oh my god, no. He knows the angles so well. And he's going to smoke that molly. He's got a safe position. They can't punish him. They're going to try. Okay, they run through the smoke. All right, relax. He's had enough. Borup will make himself a fast position towards that B-bomb site though, and he'll make it just past the smoke.
That's brutal. Now that play right there might be it, but the bomb's rotating back. You see blameF is out of position. Now he knows that somebody... Oh, the awareness could be an apartment, but he's not really considering this. This is so weird. He's seen the shadow and all. He just killed your teammate from the boiler position, but he seems to just assume no one's in apartments, and
what do you do
just
now?
When there was a chance. Yeah, the thing is, Borup's coming from the right position. There are 44 seconds left on the clock, and maybe it'll be won and lost with this smoke up. Borup's gone past the angle. This is so weird. All kinds of protractor positions now.
Oh, and they're going to pass each other.
But he's going to come behind him, though.
Oh, no! Wait, the timing! Oh, my God. Can you believe that?
That is absolutely bananas. That entire, last 45 seconds. Wild.
Wow.
Stavin, I forgot about this play. It was at the beginning of the round.
Yeah, that's insane. Oh my god. The Relax has had enough here. He's just spraying in the smoke. Okay, so another round goes Heroic. A sea of blue at the top of the screen. Now it's again the half buy from Happelino. Let's see if they can make it work this time. Again, there's no room for error, no room for complacency. Great nade comes in, but same can be said actually for Happelinos. They did great damage to Stavin and also to Snappy on the B-bomb site.
I feel like this happens every round. They just double nade each other every single time.
Yeah. And the rotation to top mid, which S-Attack will spot. And he has also Borup to work with on Cubby.
Do they swing? Do they peek? Oh dear. Not what you wanted to do. Very costly. That's a lot of information. That's the bomb. And that is containment. Heroic won't be too uncomfortable in this position. 5 versus 2 now. All these rounds are being solved by Heroic. Again, it was close. So much variance in that round prior, but this one, there won't be any variance. Just bodies 12 in bags. They make it to 12.
Oh my god.
It's 11 rounds in a row. It's a sea of blue on that very top. Just that one explosion. That one round.
And that was a one-on-one as well, right?
I don't remember. So long ago now.
It
Very
is-
long time ago now, Robin.
I mean, yeah, we thought that this map would end 25 minutes ago.
It's true.
What happens is Heroic gets to 13, and then Jalapeno win.
Yeah, that's true.
Jalapeno.
Jalapeno.
There's money for full buys at least for Heroic if the worst happens, but we'll see.
Will the worst happen to Jalapeno? Borup with the deep nades once again. That's some good nade damage. Oh, that's a lot of damage to DGL. He's in trouble there. He's going to back away. So Heroic are doing a good job there. They've rotate Borup back towards the A-bomb site. Jalapeno will be able to take Banana though. They're going to wait it out, those smokes. And there's a nice little setup. This setup is always quite interesting. We'll see if they actually get something from this. It looks more like Freddy Beast just playing the lurk, and that Jalapeno are... I mean, he can't really... You don't ideally want to actually take apartments with just one player. You want to kind of combine two players to do that. So Heroic should surely be asking questions. They have top middle. And it's a flash play through the smoke. This is absolutely huge, but looks like Pleasant, I think, saw him before the flash went off. Oh no, Blame F was turning somewhere.
Here we go.
As he goes down the stairs.
3 unanswered frags. And there's time on the clock, so there's no issue for Jalapeno in that regard. They are going extremely slowly, though. But only S-Tag is towards this A-bomb site. He doesn't have the angle. And Borup gets the frag on B, so surely this is the one now. Things speed up.
Yeah.
The one round they've been looking for. Here it is.
And there you go, indeed. 15 for Jalapeno. But is it going to happen? I'm going to make that joke twice.
It's not even a joke. It's not even a joke, that.
It's a pun.
Yeah, but it's not a joke.
It's a pun, yeah.
Okay. It's not a joke, though.
The funny thing is that the last broadcast we did, you said that same thing when I did a pun. You said funny joke. Anyway, our petty fights aside, double orbs coming out for Heroic, and they can still force an overtime here. Blameif going deep again. As Robin said, they only need to do it twice, and that's what happened. Now he's doing it again. Oh, it's not looking good though. A bad start for them. They're starting to get desperate. It's looking like Jalapeno are on the cusp of victory on this map, but there's still 2 players alive on either side, one on either side. But it's going to require some stellar performances from Heroic. Oh, okay. So S-Attack's going to rotate. Now this is a gamble and a half because they have no information.
Yeah, but if they're split versus 3+ players, they lose anyway.
It's it's a very difficult situation. It's a complete gamble.
There's no good choice anymore.
And their gamble's not going to pay off.
Well, better get your skates on, boys. Jalapeno's. Seems like they may have found a solution. AWP will be dropped as there are so many people alive for Jalapeno's. You've got to be ready for those trade frag attempts. Pleasant will be the man who's deep. He'll be the man deep. Relaxer coming through the arch position. It's a name. Mandeep is a name.
I know.
And there we go. There's the last frag for Jalapeno. 16-12. It took them 12 rounds to win 1 round. And then they won 2 in a row. There we go. Doesn't matter how you do it, clean or dirty, as long as you do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Heroic will certainly be displeased with that, going to Overpass next. And yeah, it's a very weird game from many respects. I don't even honestly know how to summarize it.
Did you say undispleased?
I don't know, James.
What is it with these double negatives today? They won't. That was a triple negative. They won't be undispleased.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening, really.
I'll
be honest.
I think takeaways, at least from Inferno, is both teams were struggling on their T side. C side actually seemed pretty okay, but I feel like both teams really should go back to the drawing board here and look into T sides a little bit more. Different approaches, definitely, but I think both sides worked. But at the end, I think both of the rounds that ended up costing Heroic was that a little bit too aggressive play. The last 2 rounds there didn't really get those entries that they wanted. But yeah, what a carry performance by Stavin. Blameif was also...
He did the best he could. S-Tag's got to be full of apologies there. 28 rounds and 5 kills. that is it's not the one for him, I guess. But there's time for redemption in the third map, which is going to be Overpass. I almost don't want it to go there because I'm enjoying the music, but here we go. A very lopsided affair on every half of every map so far. Will it be the same on Overpass? I think not, but only time will tell. The stats are more even for that third map, and we'll see who wins it after the break.